Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight. Sunrise. The morning sun greeted her like a furious torch. Golden beams of light glinted across innumerable cloud tops as Rainbow Dash glided towards the fiery horizon. She felt a cold gust of air ripping across her tail, and she knew the final throes of the night were over. Rainbow Dash took a deep breath. A pair of shaded goggles reflected a green world as she tilted her gaze earthward. Putting her wings to her sides, Rainbow effortlessly dove through the cloud cover until she was skimming a series of rolling emerald hilltops. Sporadic ponds and rippling blue streams interrupted what would have been otherwise an immaculate landscape of high grasses and brushy knolls. Several lakes loomed in the distance ahead, sparkling platinum reflects of the rising sun. Rainbow's nostrils flared. She darted mere inches over the pond's fawns and cattails. She was greeted by every scent and flavor of spring. On a whim, she spun upside down, gliding, and allowed her wings to break the top of several emerald blades. As a result, she was caressed with a liberal spray of fresh dew. The sensation was cold, tickling her skin beneath her blue coat. It was the first thing that made her smile in hours. There was a deep lake up ahead. The waters were so tranquil the entire basin could have just as well been filled up with pure sapphires. Feeling suddenly exhausted, Rainbow Dash lowered herself to the sandy banks, relaxing her wings for the first time since the prior sunset. Her hooves twisted and dug into the dirt, relishing in their wet, mushy feel against her tingling limbs. Charting to the very edge of the lake, she raised her goggles, exposing a pair of squinting ruby eyes that took in the sunrise, and then tilted down to take in her own reflection. Rainbow's mane was windblown, its many-colored threads mixing wildly as a testament to her nocturnal journey. Her coat was unkempt, bespeckled by dust. In spite of her haggard features, the one thing not remotely affected was her eyes. They appeared as alive and awake as ever as she looked herself over, then reached two hooves up to her goggles. Removing the article, she sat down and examined them closely in her grasp. There was a great deal of condensation and grime gathered on the lenses. She leaned forward and breathed hotly on the goggles. Using her condensation, she wiped the twin lenses free, then moved to slap them back on her crown. She paused, however, seeing the canvas strap on the item. There was an image of a prancing capped foal, along with the initials SL. Rainbow Dash smiled gently. She finally placed the article back on her head, and gave her reflection one last look. Her blue wings lifted, exposing a dark blue saddlebag strapped around her body, tailor-made to fit her agile feature. The pouches on either side were strapped shut by the insignia of a crescent moon, and the meager weight of what was lying within. Rainbow knew it was only a matter of time before she needed to find food again. Just then, a familiar sensation struck her, that of a golden glint being shone into her face. She groaned, then glanced lethargically at what was weighing on her neck muscles. A golden pendant hung just below her throat, emblazoned with a ruby shaped like a lightning bolt. For the briefest of moments, she felt a wave of dizziness, and considered tossing the object viciously into the waters. Instead, she sighed, gave her face one last look, and slammed her head full force into the surface of the pond. After a major drink, Rainbow flung her head skyward. She gasped as her wet mane filled the air with a wild splash of lake water. Reveling in the cold sting, she grinned devilishly, slipped her goggles down, and took off once more towards the sky, burning a straight path for the rising sun. The air bit harshly against her wet face. It served to remind her that she was alive. Hello everyone, I know this one is a bit of a change of pace as compared to what I've been normally doing. But I just found this one, I loved it because it was mostly just narration story where there's no actual voices at all, which is always nice for me. Also, you might notice if you guys are really close to listening, the microphone quality has changed a little bit. That's because I moved the position of my microphone and I was a bit closer to my face a little bit. So, I think it sounds better. Tell me what you think. Also, the quality in the middle of this changed a little bit. That's partially because I had to go and leave for dinner because my parents are kind of a bit impatient when it comes up to dinner when I was busy recording this. So hopefully it all worked out. Definitely a lot of stops and goes with just this simple little 4-minute thing. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. But well, see you later. I don't want to speak longer than the actual story itself. So bye.